F. Fox, known professionally as Toby Fox, likes to represent himself as a literal dog. Thus, I will be doing so. Fox is a video game composer, writer, programmer, artist, designer, etc. Basically a one-man band of video game development. He uses his talents to develop many video games that are highly regarded, his two best examples being Undertale and more recently Deltarune. Both received critical acclaim and became instant classics in many people's minds. We do not know much about Fox's personal lives, and he wishes to remain so. However, from what little we know, he was born on October 11, 1991. He has 3 brothers. He studied environmental science at the Northeastern University in Boston, Massachusetts, and he knows 2 languages, being English and Japanese. But basically that is all we know about his personal life. However, we do know much more about his music writing and game development career, which brings me to Toby Fox, like many other kids at the time, grows up with video games. His favorites includes big hits like Super Mario and The Legend of Zelda, but also more niche titles like Kirby, These games and others like it helped shape Fox's game design philosophy and his composing style. The various composers that influence him include Koji Kondo, the original composer of the Super Mario Bros. Theme, and Hirokazu Tanaka, another important composer for early 8 and 16-bit games. Tanaka also composed music for Fox's biggest iteration, Earthbound. You can hear the influences these games has in Fox's composition. Toby also has some bands influencing him in his compositions, like Anamanaguchi, a band with the signature style that consists of chiptune mixed in with rock instruments. He cites this band as one of his biggest influences. Toby Fox, while growing up, makes several little games on a game maker called RPG Maker 2000. However, his first composing work is making music for the webcomic Homestuck. The track you can hear right now feels a lot less refined than his later work. However, you can still make out the uniqueness and incredible catchiness of the song. His first breakout success, however, is the Earthbound Halloween hack. It's a ROM hack of Earthbound, the aforementioned game that influenced Toby Fox as a kid. Already, his talents can be seen here. Although the writing is very juvenile and edgy, with random swear words and offensive insults, the charming tone and the self-referential humor in the hack became popular with the Earthbound fanbase. Also, in this hack, you can hear one of the most influential piece of video game music to ever be produced, Megalovania. Originally made as a track for the final boss of the game, this song is to be evolved into one of the most recognizable songs in video game history. However, here, it is still in its infant stage, limited by the 16-bit machine's sound chips, but things will change massively in the upcoming years. Undertale is the game that launched Fox into stardom. It was incredibly well received, being showered with awards for its innovative gameplay, great storytelling, and top-of-the-line music. Its incredibly witty and funny dialogue with toned-down edginess of his previous game was a recipe for success. This incredible game is also supported by an amazing soundtrack with catchy tunes and energy like none else. Speaking of the soundtrack, this game utilizes my favorite musical concept, the leitmotif. Leitmotif is a term originating from opera, where it refers to a recurring melody that is played along with a character. Toby Fox uses this concept in spades, representing Undertale's many characters, places, and story beats. Now, time for some leitmotifs. Maybe you don't get why I included the last track. However, if we speed it up 10 times. Little secrets hidden in the music, letting the player know this character is present without obviously appearing on screen, nor in the normal leitmotif form. There are many more leitmotifs like this, but alas, we must move on to other topics. Toby Fox's debut to most people is still quite fresh compared to other artists. However, he has made a big impact to video game music and pop culture as a whole. His heavy use of leitmotif has left an impression on many video game composers, like for the soundtrack of another Earthbound-inspired game, Omori. However, his impact on pop culture as a whole is far more noticeable. The previously mentioned song Megalovania also got used on Undertale's third final boss, being an incredibly popular phenomenon on the internet and in real life. However, its peak of impact has yet to come. In January 2022, a decade after young Toby Fox made the song, a very special papal audience occurred where Pope Francis himself was present. A circus troupe is performing a juggling act when suddenly,
in various neighborhoods, and are here present at today's audience.
I think this is the peak of impact that Toby Fox's composing talents brought us so far. Not any video game soundtrack gets played in front of an important of an influential figure. Toby Fox is still making games and composing music. He is now a big name in the industry and is now composing for high-profile games such as Pokemon. He also has an effect on his influences, like the previously mentioned band Anamanaguchi, the same one that influenced him as a kid, playing one of his songs specifically written as an homage for them. He also did visuals for Hirokazu Tanaka's new album song, Hammerhead Shark Song. Toby has made other game projects, like his latest release Deltarune, a sequel game to Undertale featuring new soundtracks and new ways to use the leitmotifs. I guess that's it. I don't have anything else to say. Bye bye.